Africa, the very name evokes images of vast savannas, teeming wildlife and vibrant cultures. But beyond these iconic scenes lies a depth of human experience as diverse and multifaceted as the continent itself. Africa is not a monolith, but a tapestry woven from the threads of countless ethnicities, languages and traditions. This incredible diversity is a testament to the continent's long and complex history. For millennia, Africa has been a crossroads of cultures, a meeting point for people from all corners of the globe. This rich tapestry of humanity is what makes Africa so unique, so captivating, and so full of surprises. From the bustling Medinas of North Africa to the vibrant townships of South Africa, from the ancient kingdoms of West Africa to the Swahili coast of East Africa, the continent pulsates with a rhythm all its own. It's a rhythm born of diversity, a symphony of voices echoing through the ages. To understand Africa, one must embrace its multifaceted nature. It's a land where ancient traditions coexist with modern innovations, where the echoes of the past mingle with the aspirations of the future. It's a continent brimming with stories waiting to be told, stories that challenge our perceptions and broaden our horizons. Now, let's talk about colonization. Yeah, that thing. Can't talk about diversity in Africa without addressing the elephant in the room. Or should I say, the colonizer on the continent. Colonization is the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? Except it's not a gift, it's more like that unwanted fruitcake your weird aunt gives you every Christmas. You know it's going to be there. You know you're going to have to pretend to like it, and you know it's going to leave a bad taste in your mouth.
See, colonization brought a lot of things to Africa. New languages, new borders, new systems of government, and of course, new people. Europeans, mostly. They came for the gold, the diamonds, the rubber, you name it. They carved up the continent like it was a birthday cake, paying no mind to the people already living there.
And just like that fruitcake, colonization left a lasting impact. It disrupted traditional ways of life, created divisions within societies, and sowed the seeds of conflict that we're still dealing with today. But hey, it wasn't all bad, right? I mean, at least they brought us railroads, right? Except those railroads were mostly built to extract resources, not to connect communities. It's like giving someone a treadmill when they're starving. Technically, it's exercise equipment, but it ain't gonna solve the real problem. So, colonization brought Europeans to Africa, and for some it became home. But even after the colonial flags came down, people kept coming. From Asia, from the Middle East, from other parts of Africa. Some came seeking opportunity, some fleeing conflict, some simply chasing a new adventure. They came in waves, bringing their cultures, their languages, their dreams. And slowly but surely, they began to weave their own threads into the intricate tapestry of Africa.
They built businesses, they raised families, they became part of the fabric of their communities. Take the Indian community in East Africa, for example. For generations, they've played a vital role in the region's economy, from running corner shops to building multinational corporations. Or the Lebanese community in West Africa, known for their entrepreneurial spirit and their delicious food. Seriously, if you haven't tried Lebanese shawarma, you're missing out.
These waves of immigration, while often overlooked, have played a crucial role in shaping the Africa we know today. They've added new layers of complexity, new perspectives, new flavors to the continent's ever-evolving identity. Okay, so we've got all these different groups of people living together, right? But here's the thing about humans, we like to borrow things, clothes, music, recipes, you name it. We're like cultural magpies, always picking up shiny bits and pieces from each other. And nowhere is this more evident than in Africa. Over centuries, there's been this incredible fusion of cultures, this beautiful blend of traditions and customs. It's like making a giant pot of stew. You throw in all these different ingredients, and what comes out is something entirely new and delicious.
Take music, for example. You've got Afrobeat, a genre that originated in West Africa, but it draws heavily on jazz, funk, even Latin American rhythms. Or look at fashion. You'll see traditional African fabrics and patterns being incorporated into modern designs, creating a unique and vibrant style. And then there's the food. Oh man, the food. From Cape Malay curry in South Africa to ndole in Cameroon, African cuisine is a testament to the continent's history of cultural exchange.
It's this constant interplay of influences that makes Africa so dynamic, so exciting. It's a reminder that culture isn't static. It's constantly evolving, adapting, and borrowing from its surroundings. Section 5, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Building Africa's Future. Now let's talk about the future.
Africa is a young continent, with a median age of just 19. That's a lot of energy, a lot of creativity, and a lot of potential.
And increasingly young Africans are taking the reins, driving innovation and shaping the continent's future. And guess what? They're not doing it alone.
People of all backgrounds, including those of European descent, are working together to build a brighter future for Africa. They're starting businesses, creating jobs, and developing solutions to some of the continent's most pressing challenges.
Take the tech industry, for example. Africa's tech scene is booming, with startups popping up all over the continent. And many of these startups are being founded and funded by people who recognize the immense potential of Africa's young population.
Or look at the renewable energy sector. Africa has abundant sunshine and wind, making it a prime location for renewable energy projects. And again, people from all walks of life are working together to harness these resources and bring clean energy to millions.
It's this spirit of collaboration, this shared vision for a better future, that's driving Africa forward. It's a reminder that when we embrace our diversity and work together, we can achieve incredible things. Section 6, Conservation Champions, Protecting Africa's Natural Heritage. Let's not forget about Africa's incredible wildlife. We're talking lions, elephants, rhinos, gorillas, the whole gang. But here's the thing. These animals are facing some serious threats, from poaching to habitat loss.
And guess who's on the front lines of conservation efforts? You guessed it, people including many of European descent, who are passionate about protecting Africa's natural heritage. They're working as park rangers, wildlife veterinarians, conservationists, you name it. They're risking their lives to protect endangered species, educate local communities, and raise awareness about the importance of conservation.
Take the late Richard Leakey, for example. He was a world-renowned paleoanthropologist and conservationist who dedicated his life to protecting Kenya's wildlife. Or Jane Goodall, who spent decades studying and advocating for chimpanzees. These individuals, and countless others like them, are proof that conservation knows no race, no religion, no nationality. It's about recognizing the intrinsic value of nature and working together to protect it for generations to come. Section 7, A Legacy of Inequality, Confronting the Shadows of the Past. Okay, it's time to get real for a minute. We can't talk about diversity in Africa without acknowledging the elephant in the room, the legacy of inequality.
Colonization created deep-seated disparities between different racial groups, and those disparities continue to affect African societies today. We see it in the economy, where wealth and opportunity remain concentrated in the hands of a privileged few. We see it in access to education, healthcare, and basic services, and we see it in the ongoing struggles for land ownership and restitution.
Ignoring these inequalities won't make them go away. We can't just sweep them under the rug and pretend everything's fine. It's time to have honest conversations about the past, to acknowledge the injustices that have been committed, and to work towards creating a more just and equitable future for all Africans. Section 8, Bridging Divides, Reconciliation and Understanding. So, how do we move forward? How do we bridge the divides of the past and create a more inclusive future? Well, it starts with dialogue.
It starts with listening to each other, understanding each other's perspectives, and acknowledging each other's pain. It's about recognizing that reconciliation is not about forgetting the past, but about learning from it. It's about acknowledging the harm that's been done and working together to repair the damage.
And it's not just about talking, it's about taking action. It's about dismantling the systems of oppression that continue to marginalize certain groups. It's about creating opportunities for all Africans, regardless of their race, ethnicity, or background. It's a long and difficult process, but it's a necessary one. Because true reconciliation, true healing can only come from a place of understanding, empathy, and a shared commitment to building a better future together. Section 9, Celebrating Diversity, the Strength of a Multifaceted Continent. Look, diversity is not just a buzzword. It's not some box to be ticked, it's the very essence of what makes Africa so special. It's the energy, the creativity, the resilience that comes from having so many different voices, perspectives, and experiences. It's time to celebrate that diversity, to embrace it, to let it fuel our collective journey towards a brighter future. Because when we recognize and appreciate the richness of our differences, we unlock our true potential as a continent, as a people. So let's challenge the stereotypes, let's break down the barriers, let's build bridges of understanding and respect. Let's show the world that Africa's diversity is not a weakness, but its greatest strength. Because in the end, we're all part of the same human family. We all share this planet, this journey called life, and we're all better off when we embrace our shared humanity and celebrate the beautiful tapestry of cultures that makes us who we are.